whenever you are hot to trot, we're going to get started with that warm-up. As always, it stays the same. Little high knees march, checking in. All right. Jeff, I'm always so jealous of that window behind you. It's just gorgeous. All right, and turn it into that little high knees jog if you want it. And light on the feet. And same thing with the booty kickers. Heels to your bum, working through the front of your leg. Couple of deep breaths all the way down past your belly button. And getting that blood flowing, heart pumping. And same thing, alternating lunge. Dropping the back knee, driving through the front heel. 2 90-degree angles in the knees, chest stays lifted. And just a couple more. Right foot comes out in front. And moving around in the low lunge, working out all the cracks. All the kinks. Ooh. And settling in, bring yourself up, high lunge, finding your balance, stability. I didn't say my normal curtain speech because most of you guys are all veterans, but little back bend if you want it. Left hand plants, as always, you can play some tunes, pump up the jams that are going to get you moving and grooving. Both hands down, both feet back. On Spotify, Google me or Spotify search me, Andrew Money. I've got a couple of playlists up there. Left foot comes forward, moving around in the shape. The one labeled EX is generally my Exceed playlist. So if you want to know what type of tunes I normally play when we're hanging out in either the Upper East Side or Tribeca, those are the tunes. And a little back bend, right hand plants, left hand to the sky. Breathing into the twist. Both hands down, both feet back. Nice strong plank. One more time. 10 seconds or so here to really check in. Scan the body, head to heels. Pressing the floor away, lifting your belly button, squeezing quads, glute, core. Broadening your shoulders as you press the floor. And push it back, downward dog. Pedaling through the backs of your legs, raising up ankles, calves, hamstrings. Heels to the mat, hips to the sky. Walk it back, roll it up one vertebrae at a time. A little shimmy, a little shake, and that will do it. So, we're going to get started here nice and easy with our power minutes. So we're going to do 2 moves, but we're going to progress through these 2 moves. Once again, you've probably seen these before. So first up is just going to be that squat power minute. Super easy. We have our body weight squat. Every 20 seconds, we're just going to add on a little progression to it. If the progression doesn't feel right, skip it. Just stick with that base move. So starting off nice and easy. 10 seconds away, just a body weight squat. That's it. That's all. Feet are a little wider than hips distance apart. Toes point forward, chest stays lifted, heels are heavy. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice and easy. Sitting back into it. Really focus on depth and range of motion here. Remember, this is still part of your warm-up. So sitting back into it, trying to get your hips almost as low as your knees. Keeping your chest lifted. In 3 seconds, we're going to take this into a little out and in, a little pop squat. So we tap it in. We pop it out. We're still focusing on getting that depth, trying to get the heart rate up just a little bit more now. And 5 seconds, we're going to take this into our backstroke squat. So that same body weight squat, but this time we add arms and we go all the way up onto our tippy toes, all the way down. Touch the floor and touch the ceiling. Scooping, it's like you're playing in the waves. 7 seconds, whoosh, splashing in the waves at the foot of the beach. 3, 2, 1, shake it off. Same game. This time our base move is going to be our plank. So we're just going to drop down. Nice strong forearm plank, y'all. Those Backstroke squats are no joke. All right, 7 seconds. We pop it down, nice strong forearm plank here. Let's get cozy. In 3, 2, 1, and checking in. Press the floor away. Reach through your heels, reach through the crown of your head. And first little progression here is going to be nice and easy, that little side plank roll. We're going to roll from one side plank to the other, one side plank to the other, stacking hand on shoulder, and trying to wake up your core and your upper body now, starting to tease your back, your shoulders, and we're going to take this straight into push-ups after this. Here we go, right into those push-ups. It's only 20 seconds. You find your happy place, high plank on your knees. My veterans, you know that plank down is always, always, always an option for you. And finish it off. Shake that off. Roll it out, pop it up. 15 seconds to breathe. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing, starting with that nice, easy body weight squat. So 5 seconds away. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We just focus on the depth, focus on the control, press the hips forward, drive the floor away, keeping your heels heavy, keeping your knees stacked on top of your ankles. Don't let them buckle in, don't let them bow out. In 3 seconds, we get that little pop squat. And tap it in, pop it down. Get the depth. Landing softly from that little pop squat. And light on the feet. 7 seconds away. We finish it off with that backstroke squat. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That same body weight squat. All the way from that deep squat, all the way up to your tippy toes. Can you find balance right on those tippy toes? And splashing in the waves. I was on swim team for 2 years growing up, in like late elementary school, middle school. I think I got 1 ribbon that wasn't a disqualification ribbon. All the rest of them, I did something wrong and I got disqualified. All right, swimming, not my forte. Here we go, forearm plank, let's go. Almost as bad as my basketball career, where I played basketball for 2 years and I had 1 point. I made 1 free throw in 2 years. In my defense, I doubled my weight in about 3 years. Going into high school, I was 5 foot 80 pounds. By my junior year, I was about 160. So rolling through, side plank, side to side. So I was pretty little going into high school. All right, side plank, side to side. And taking those push-ups, last one here. So when I finally hit that first break, and I was playing lacrosse and I realized that I could actually hit people now and they would move instead of just me moving, that was a fun realization. And holding that nice strong plank through the whole thing. This is it. Just like that. Quick little 4-minute warm up. And now we are off to the races. So we are going to take this into kind of like a long Tabata. We have our 4 strength moves here, and it's really just 2 because both of them are unilateral. So 1 is going to be for that upper body predominantly. Your right hand will hold that nice 90-degree angle with the elbow. So you're going to keep that nice isometric hold in that bicep. The left hand is going to be doing a nice overhead press. Strong and stable through the shoulders though. We don't want
a little weeble wobble. We don't want that right arm moving. You are a caterer at the Met Gala and you have a tray of champagne and people are walking right up that grand staircase to come get that champagne. So don't spill the champagne. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's our first move. Second move, I will show you when, actually I'll show it to you now. So we're just gonna take that deadlift, single leg deadlift into that lunge. So right knee is gonna come up. We're gonna hinge at the hip, have better balance than me. Draw yourself up, take that big step forward, bring yourself back up, stick the landing. Hinging at the hip, drive the hip forward, take the lunge, bring yourself back up. So, little way to keep it straight, 10 seconds away. Whatever hand is holding the champagne is the leg that will ultimately move for our lower body move. So, right hand extends out, left hand to the shoulder, and just taking that left hand up, little fist pump. Just like you're at Coachella. Here we go. I don't know. I've never been to Coachella. I have no desire to go to Coachella. But I imagine this is what it looks like, just with a lot more drugs. Here we go. Fist pumps, that nice static 90-degree hand. Can the hand stay right in line with the elbow? Don't let it be up here. Don't let it be down there. Right in line. And shake that off. 10 seconds. Right knee will come on up. We're going to hinge at the hips for that deadlift right into that lunge. So here we go. We take the hinge at the hip, square off those hips, bring it up. We fall into that lunge, drive it through, stick your landing. We bring it back up. Hinge at the hips. Ooh, my balance is all over the place, y'all. Bring it back up, stick that landing. How strong, how stable, how controlled can we be here? You got time for one more. Hinge, bring yourself up, take that step, bring it up, shake it off. Left hand extends out, hand in line with elbow, which means right hand to the shoulder, softening the knees, tucking the tailbone under, and then we fist pump with that right hand. There we go. Just knuckles to the sky. Keeping that little bicep burn in that left hand as we press those weights up. 10 seconds. Then that left foot is going to dance. In 3, 2, 1. Hang those weights. Left knee will come up, which means the right foot's going to stay put. We're going to take that hinge at the hips, bringing yourself back up. And then that lunge through. Pop it up. We take the hinge, drive your hips forward, and the lunge. And hinge, and the lunge. That single leg deadlift, really focusing on the balance of it. There you go. Whee! And, yep. Easy, easy on that lunge, that deadlift. Perfect. Shake it off. We're back to the top. That's the game. Right hand takes that tray of champagne. Left hand comes up to the shoulder. No rest for the weary, y'all. No rest for the weary. It's a long Tabata. 30 on, 10 to transition. There you go. Nice. Love that little squat pulse. Just make sure that those shoulders are still burning too. And there you go. 10 seconds away. That second hand right in line with the elbow. Nice little bicep, iso bicep hold. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Right knee comes on up. We're taking that deadlift into the lunge. In 3, 2. Hinging at the hips. Bring yourself back up. Take that lunge. Slow and controlled here. This is your strength, your stability work. Work that balance. Improve that central nervous system connection, mind-body connection. Whoa, he said as he fell over. And bringing it up.
taking the lunge, and shake it off. Left hand extends out, right hand to the shoulder, softening the knees, tucking the tailbone under. We take that fist pump, right knuckles to the sky, left bicep holding that little isometric hold here. And just 30 seconds. Don't let the form change. Don't let the shoulders start to wiggle. Nice and strong. Strict press with that right hand. And last 7. Last 5. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off, roll it out. Hands are gonna just hang like ropes from the shoulder. Now that left foot is going to dance. Knee comes up. We have 2.5 minutes of active work left. That's it. We hinge at the hips, drive the hip forward, take that big step, drop the back knee. Hinge at the hips, drive the hip forward, take that big step, bring yourself back up. How slow, how controlled can you move through these two shapes? And getting a killer ab workout here without having to do a single sit-up. Spoiler alert, they're coming next. Last time through, 2 minutes of work, right hand out, left hand to the shoulder. If you want to make this harder, you can stand on one leg. So now, last round we're doing this. Maybe that right knee comes up as we just hold that nice peacock position here. Little single leg. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Perfect, Paul. Yep. There you go. Strong and stable. There you go. Love it, love it. Home stretch. Last 3, 2, 1. You are already right where you need to be. That right foot was lifted. So just a little shimmy shake. Right knee comes back up. We take the hinge, driving the hip forward, and then that big step forward. Bring yourself back up. So what you may want to play with is setting, in yoga they call it a drishti, a focal point. So staring at something on the ground during your deadlift, and then staring at something in front of you for your lunge, helping with that focus, with that balance. And 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Left hand will extend out, right hand to the shoulder. Once again, you want to play with balance and stability. That left knee comes up into that little peacock. And, not peacock, flamingo. There you go. You guys knew what I meant. I'm not a bird watcher. Yeah, there's probably a better name for that. Here we go. Strong through the core. There you go. As we get tired in this last round, can you still keep the shoulders square? Try not to let it become that little pop. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off, roll it out. Last 30. That's it, y'all. Left knee's gonna come on up. Controlled. We hinge at the hips. Hips and shoulders are square. Drive that right glute forward, taking that big step. Bring yourself back up, stick your landing. Hinging at the hips. Bring it up. Find that drishti, that focal point. Switching it to one on the ground as you bring yourself up. Taking that focus forward and breathing through all of this. Trumpets, just like that. All righty then. So, shake that off. Breathe. All right. As promised, we now take this thing to the mat for our mat section. Midsection section. So, we start. It's a timed drop set here. So we're gonna take 45 seconds of a move. Then we're gonna take 30 seconds
of a slightly more inspired move. And then we're gonna finish it off with a 15-second sprint of the most inspired move. So, easy. Plank, 45 seconds. Hollow hold, little boat pose, 30 seconds. Single leg jackknives for 15 seconds. So, first up, we're just gonna hold that nice strong plank. It's the base move for a reason. Always the option of the forearms or high plank. Full 45 seconds. Get comfy, get cozy. We'll get started in 7 seconds. No rest for the weary here. Gotta keep that clock ticking. 3, 2, 1, easy. 45 seconds, settle in. Pump up those jams, whatever you need to let the time pass. And reaching through your heels, reaching through the crown of your head. Great time to check in, scan your body. Just like that, more than halfway there, 23 down, 22 to go. Check in, where are we starting to compensate? Are we starting to sink in our shoulders, press the floor away? Are we starting to sag in our hips, lift the belly button, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads? 5 seconds away, we're gonna flip on over, and we're gonna take this into that hollow hold. In 3, 2, 1. So, flip on over. Quick transition, balancing right on the tailbone, heels and shoulders at more or less the same height. Chest is open. 30 seconds here. Scoop out the abs. Draw the belly button in to really inspire or engage the abs, not the hip flexors and the low back here. Just like that, halfway through, like I said. Slightly more invigorating, inspired move, but we're only here for 30 instead of 45. Just like that, 5 seconds away. We're gonna finish this thing off with that single leg jackknife in 3, 2, 1. Lean back, big high five behind your right leg. Lean it back, big high five behind your left leg. Here we go. Alternating legs, just 15 seconds. You might get 4, maybe 5 on each side. That's it. We get to breathe after this. We get all those functional stability abs, and then we finish it off by getting those sexy abs. There we go. So the good news is you don't have to move. You're right where you need to be. Second set, bridges, Russian twist, and a Superman hold. 45 seconds of bridges, 30 seconds of Russian twist, 15 seconds of that Superman hold. So pull your heels into your bum. If you want to make these bridges harder, you can put a weight on your hips. If you're like, nah, I'm good, then just take that body weight bridge. But you guys know my rules on those bridges. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Make sure it's the booty doing the work. It's not an arch of the low back. You're not lifting from your belly button, but instead lifting from your pelvis. If you've got that weight on your hips, both hands, keep it there so that it doesn't snowball down and bop you in the chin. And hips lift. Squeeze the glutes 1 to 2 seconds at the top of the move. Just 45 seconds of this. In 5 more. We're going to take that into the Russian twist. And shake that off, pop it up. Same thing. If you want to make this a little more fun, you can take that dumbbell or that weight and just add that in. If you're like, nah, I'm good, the boxer twist is a great option. Reaching opposite hand to the outside of the opposite hip. You can always hover your ankles, knees, or ankles and heels, or lower your heels if you start to feel it more in your hip flexor than you do in your abs. Same kind of scoop out front, little micro curve in the front body. And then make sure that your shoulders are rotating and not just moving your hands from side to side. Spoiler alert, that doesn't do anything. All right, flip on over. And we're just gonna take that Superman hold. Face plant, lift your shoulders, your heart, and your quads off the floor, and just live here. Live here. Heels 1 inch higher, quads 1 inch higher, heart 1 inch higher, biceps hanging out by your ears. Breathe and smile. Shake it off. 25 seconds, little child's pose, little cat-cow. That's the game. Uno, otra vez, one more time. So we're gonna start. 45 seconds in that plank. You don't even have to roll over. I'm just being too nice today. Here we go. 7 seconds away, no rest for the weary. 45 seconds in this plank, then we're done with planks forever and ever, amen. Here we go. 45 seconds, settle in. If you're like, come on, Andrew, I came for a workout, you can add in a little body saw, you can add in some shoulder taps, but we kind of get all of those elements eventually. So there's something nice and restorative about just holding that baseline plank. But I know you guys are rock stars, so some of you may be like, I'm gonna do a plank, but only with 2 points of contact. You do you. It's your workout. You got 10 seconds left, then we're gonna flip on over. But I don't wanna see you guys slacking off during that hollow hold if you're going crazy on this plank. Here we go. Flip it on over. Sitting, balancing right on the tailbone, heels and shoulders at more or less the same height. Remember, you always, always, always have the option of pulling up into it to lighten the load. You can always tuck your fingertips behind your thighs. Or, once again, conversely, if you're like, come on, Andrew, I came for a workout, maybe the biceps come up to the ears, but we keep that scooped out front body, that little hold, hollow hold. Micro C curve in the front body. Last 3, 2, 1. And taking that single leg jackknife. Lean it back. Big high five behind the right. Big high five behind the left. The shoulders come up off the mat each and every time. Firing up those top 4 abs. The leg comes up off the mat each and every time. Getting those bottom 4 abs. Just like that. You got 5 seconds. One more on each side. Balance it out. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. You don't even have to go anywhere. Deep breath in. You're right where you want to be. So, bridges, Russian twist, Superman hold. Once again, the option exists. If you really want to go big, take 2 weights. Put them right on each hip point. 7 seconds away. Those weights, if you want them, can sit right on the hip points. 1 weight right on the pelvis. Let's go. Squeezing the glutes for that 1 or 2 seconds. Driving the hips to the sky, the pelvis to the sky. Trying to keep your knees about 2 fists width distance apart. Each and every time, squeezing the booty. And lifting, holding, and then lowering with control. Just 45 seconds and we never do it again. And straight through that finish line. And shaking that off into that Russian twist. Once again, that little boxer twist, a great option. Kind of holds you accountable, forces you to get that full depth, that full range of motion. But either way, it is a rotation in the shoulders. So spine stays long, rotating around that spine. And just like that, 10 seconds to go. Last 5, last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off, flip it over. We get that last little 15-second Superman hold. Remember, how high can your heart and your quads come off the floor? 15 seconds, that's it, that's it, that's it. Squeeze your booty. Squeeze your lats to lift your hands higher. Keep the work out of your low back. Draw your belly button into your spine. Lift your belly button 1 more inch. 1 more inch. Trumpets. Little child's pose, little cat-cow. Shake off what isn't serving you. And let's finish this thing off in style. So, hoo-yah. All right. finish with a 30A, 30B. So you guys know what that one looks like. Perfect, we got time for the full iteration here. So, right from your A into your B move. So we're gonna take, first up, plyo lunge into push planks, sumo squats into hammer curls, skaters into dips, and then burners on the right and the left. Once again, all things that you will have seen before, but we will make sure that we know what we're doing before we dive on in. So, first set, plyo lunge and push planks. So, plyo lunge is dropping that back knee for that little jump. If you're like, nah, I'm good, my knees don't like that, it's just alternating leg lunges. Push plank, high plank to low plank to high plank, wash, rinse, repeat. So, that is our first tandem. 30 seconds of each move. We go through this whole circuit twice. We're gonna learn it and then we're gonna burn it. So in 3, 2, 1, we've got that plyo lunge first. Really trying to explode through. How softly can you land? Remember, I like to nerd out here. So think of Legolas in Lord of the Rings when he's walking through the snow. He's so soft and light on his feet, he doesn't even sink into the snow. Yeah, told you guys I'm a giant nerd. So, 7 seconds away, nice and soft, nice and easy. Dropping the back knee. 3, 2, 1, right into push planks, right down to that plank. We know what that plank's supposed to look like. Hips and shoulders square. Remember that tray of champagne from the Met Gala? Now, it's balancing right on your tailbone. Don't spill a drop. Hips and shoulders square. And just 30 seconds here. Find a pace that you can sustain. High intensity, spiking the heart rate. And shake that off. All right, next up, sumo with a bicep hammer curl. So feet are gonna come wider than the shoulders now. Toes are gonna point out at 45 degrees. Weights are gonna hang right down in front of your body. Tracking your knees over your toes so you look like a frog, and then zippering everything up. What we wanna be wary of is starting to lean forward. We're really trying to keep the chest as lifted as possible. You should feel that right in your booty. And then we're just gonna take hammer curls. Easy. 3, 2, 1, let's go. That's sumo first. So, toes out, track it down, bring yourself back up. Track it down, bring it up. Yeah, we'll get those hammer curls in for our second 30. Like I said, that first set is our high intensity set. Now we slow it down a little bit. Give ourselves a little bit of recovery. I always feel these sumo squats in the dimple of my butt. And bring it up, soften it, and then we just take easy hammer curls. So what we want to be careful of here is when it starts to become swinging. We don't want to use inertia. So nice and controlled, 1 to 2 seconds on the way down, and then a nice explosive way on the way up. If you're like, come on, I want to make this harder. 1 foot. That'll kind of force you to remove the swing. And not supposed to be insanely difficult. Just want to get those biceps some love. All right, shake that off. Third set, skaters and dips. Weights go down, side to side. That skater exploding through, really driving through the outside of the foot. Spine stays long, gaze stays forward. That is your skater, you know that one. Those dips, hands are gonna point out at 45 degrees, lifting out of your neck and shoulders, and then drawing the elbows back behind you. Remember, the triceps job is to extend the arm at the elbow. So we just want that small little bend and pulse. We start with those skaters in 3, 2, 1. If that skater is not an option, a nice lateral lunge, alternating legs, is a perfect alternative. The spine stays long, the gaze stays forward. And if you're taking that skater, exploding from one side of the mat to the other, yes? Welsh crew, love it. Nice, Jeff. Perfect, Vanessa. Yes, Paul. Love it, love it, love it. Last 3, 2, 1. Kelsey, I'm sure you're killing it. Shake it off. We are right into that dip. Here we go. Neck stays long, shoulders stay down. And then it's just drawing the elbows behind you. So try not to let the elbows flare out wide, but instead they're being pulled behind you. Keeping your neck long, shoulders down. Don't shrug into your shoulders. Bend and straighten at the elbow. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Last set. It's just going to be a burner on the right, burner on the left, and we're going to do this one for 45 because why not? So here's how we play. You can take that dumbbell to the center of your chest if you want to add it. We're going to sit back into a chair pose, shift all the way to the left leg, and then that right foot's just going to tap behind you for the first 30, and then we pulse it out for the last 15. We do that on the right, we do that on the left. So weight to the center of your chest, sit back into it, shift all the way to the left leg, and then just tap that foot back behind you. We're not, there you go. We don't necessarily want to be shifting the weight back and forth, but instead, just tap it. Tappy, tap, tap, tap. Just like Happy Gilmore. That left leg, it's called a burner for a reason. That left leg should be screaming at you. 5 seconds away. We're gonna drop that back knee into a small little pulse. 3, 2, 1. Drop the back knee, pulse it out. Pulse it out. And home stretch. In 5, in 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Quick transition. No rest for the weary. Sit back into it. Shift the weight to your right. Tap that left toe. There we go. Love the traveling jumping jacks going on with Vanessa. There we go. That's going to be a new move. Expect to see that in class next week. Traveling jumping jacks. There you go. How stable can that right leg be? Don't let that right hip kick out. Stick that thing back in place. 5 seconds away. That right quad screaming at you. In 3, 2, 1. Small little pulses, 15 seconds. I know, we're not quite done yet. And last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. All right, so now we know the game. Now, we just have to do it one more time. That's it. Those 8 moves, 4 minutes of work. And then we're out of here, I promise. So, starting off, we start with plyo lunge, push planks. I'm not stopping the clock this time. So we go straight from one to the next, to the next, to the next. 8 seconds away. Plyo lunge into push planks. In 3, 2, let's go, Sunday. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 30 seconds of each of these moves. How temporary is that in the grand scheme of things? You can dig deep for 30 seconds, knowing that you're coming out stronger on the other side. Hardest part's already over. You showed up, you signed up, you turned on Zoom, 10 seconds left. How much easier is that than having to actually show up to a studio? 3, 2, 1. Shake it off, right down to that push plank. High plank to low plank to high plank. Alternating between the two. Stable through the hips and shoulders. And moving between those two shapes, finding your sustainable pace. When you're done with this, you're done with it forever. And So close. 5. Had to check myself. 3, 2, 1. Shake it up. 20 seconds to breathe. We're grabbing those weights. Sumo squats into hammer curls. So remember on that sumo squat, as lifted as we can keep the chest, as wide as we can keep those knees. Toes point out at 45 degrees, and sinking deep into it, lift it up, sinking deep, zipper everything up through the midline. You should feel your inner thigh, your pelvic floor, everything pull up and in towards that midline, as though you could pull the floor together underneath your feet. Last 5 seconds. That's it. Then we get comparatively the recovery move of the set. Just that little hammer curl. Option of doing it on one leg. You want to add a little instability to it. If you want to take that swing out, easy. And little hammer curl, palms face towards each other, full range of motion. Breathe and smile. Remember, comparatively, of the 4 minutes, this is that recovery 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Weights go down. We got 20 seconds to breathe. Side to side, we're taking that skater right into those triceps. 30 seconds to be explosive and powerful. In 5, in 4, in 3, 2, let's go. Side to side, that lateral lunge, always a great option. Focusing on the form of it. Gaze is forward, spine is long. And 10 seconds away. That's it. Then we never do it again. Last 5. In 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. We're down right into those dips. Remember, hips lift just high enough that you can get the bend in the elbows. Keeping your neck long, shoulders down. Don't let yourself shrug up into those upper tracks. Don't let the elbows wing out wide. Draw the elbows behind you. 7 seconds. Triceps make the arm, y'all. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. 20 seconds to breathe. 90 seconds of work. And then that's it. So, let's finish this thing off. Weight to the center of the chest. Sitting back into the chair pose. Shifting all of the weight to the left foot. Right foot dances. Here we go. 30 seconds. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the hips back. Heel heavy. We're not transferring weight. We're just doing a little tap dance. And tap it back, tap it forward. 10 seconds left. I know. It's called a burner for a reason. Last 3, 2, we drop that back knee, pulse it out. Right on into it. Chest is lifted, 2 90-degree angles in the knees. In 3, 2, just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Shake that up. Right into the second side. I know, I'm mean. You can curse at me. You're all muted. I can't hear it. And there you go. Tap it back, tap it forward. Squeeze that booty. Don't let that hip pop out. Squeeze that quad. Brace through the core. Don't lose your balance now. And 8 seconds away. We take those small little pulses. That's it. In 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds. Don't lose it now. Don't lose it now. Yep. Earn those trumpets. 7 seconds, y'all. 7 seconds, that's it, yes. Last 3, 2. Awesome. Shake it off, breathe. Roll out the shoulders. Air towel, water, take what you need. In through your nose, down to the belly button. Out of the mouth. Roll your shoulders forward. And interlace fingers above your head, flip your palms to the sky, lean on over towards your left. Gazing under your right bicep. And bring it up and over to the, leaning to the right, gazing under your left arm. And bring it up. If you want to hold on to something for balance, go for it. Grab your left ankle behind you, stretching your quad, your hip flexor. Once again, I usually like to pull not just up, but kind of up and away. Puts a little bit more release into the front of that thigh. You find your happy place. And left ankle is going to cross over right knee, sitting back into that figure 4. All that outside of the hip work. Sumo squats, skaters, single leg deadlifts, burners, everything. And shake it off. Right ankle is going to come up. Once again, dropping your knee down, knee directly under the hip. And then that foot pulling up and away. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And right ankle can cross over left knee. It's always so fun and such a pleasure to come back here, see you guys, same faces. Still getting community, even virtually. All right. So, shake that off, come down to a seat, and just kind of popcorn out the legs a little bit. Flatten the back, lift the hands up, hinging at your hips, rounding over, putting a little round through your low back, through your spine, reaching for toes, ankle, shin, calf. And then walking your fingertips behind you, lifting your heart to the sky. Releasing your jaw, your face, your neck, the front body. One more time, walking the fingertips back to the toes. And roll it back up. Bringing hands up overhead, capturing all of that light, all of that love. Bring it down to your heart. Taking that with you today and always. Awesome, 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 awesome work, y'all. I will pop you guys off of mute so that we can quickly say hello and goodbye. And I will see you guys next week.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Andrew.
Nicely done, y'all. Awesome job. Good seeing you guys. Take care.
Thanks, Andrew.
Nicely done. Take care, take care. See ya.